Now, second test that we can conduct on aggregate is abrasion test. The figure shows you the abrasion testing machine. Abrasion test is carried out to test the hardness property of the aggregate and to decide whether they are suitable for different pavement construction works. This machine is called as loss abrasion testing machine. Okay, this is preferred for carrying out the hardness properties that has been standardized in IS 2386 part 4. The principles of Los Angeles abrasion test is to find the percentage wear due to relative rubbing action between aggregates and the steel balls used as a abrasive charge. Now, what is the importance of this abrasion test? Abrasion test on aggregate indicates the hardness of aggregate. It slows the ability of aggregate to resist wear and tear. The recommended results for abrasion test are the abrasion value of aggregate should not be more than 30% of aggregate used for surface wearing cores and should not be more than 45% for surface other than wearing cores. Then there is also a standard guidelines for abrasion test specified in IS 2386 part 4 from 1963 and BS 812-113 1990. The apparatus used for this abrasion test are Los Angeles abrasion machine shown in this figure, steel balls. Generally 11 number of steel balls are required, weighing balance, and sieves of 20 mm, 12.5 mm, 10 mm and 1.7 mm are generally used. Now, what exactly happens? The Los Angeles abrasion testing machine consists of a circular drum mounted on a horizontal axis. So, this blue color is nothing but a horizontal drum mounted over a horizontal axis. Ultimately, this drum will rotate in a vertical plane. The steel balls are placed in the drum along with the samples of the aggregate. The drum is then rotated for a total of 500 to 1000 revolutions at a speed of 30 to 33 rpms depending upon the gradation of aggregates. After rotation, the material is sieved through a 1.7 mm sieve and the difference between the initial weight and final weight is calculated. This result is expressed as the percentage and the value is called as the abrasion value of the aggregate. Means through this surface you have to insert aggregate along with these abrasion balls. Okay, detailed procedure we are going to study it in practicals. Now simply you should know what are these tests and where it is conducted, what is the simple procedure for the same. You should know this. For that we are dealing with these topics. Otherwise in detail we are going to perform this in the lab. Now next test is impact test. Aggregates may be subjected to a sudden shock or impact during or as well as after the construction. These loads are different from the gradually applied compressive loads. Due to such kind of load, aggregate breaks down into smaller pieces. In order to evaluate the resistance to impact of aggregate, the aggregate impact test is conducted. Aggregate means sudden application. It may be of any strength, it may be of any load, right? Still then the aggregate should be of firm enough to take the load. So we have to perform this impact test. Aggregate impact value gives the idea about how much impact load can be resisted by the aggregate. Actually, aggregate should be sufficiently tough to resist their disintegration due to impact. This distinctive property is measured by impact value test. So this is the apparatus used for this impact test. Now what is the importance of this test? The impact test on aggregate indicates the toughness of aggregate. It shows the ability of the aggregate to resist the sudden shock or impact. The recommended results for the impact test is the same as that of the abrasion test. Impact value of aggregate should not exceed 30% of aggregate used for surface wearing course and should not exceed 45% for surface other than wearing course. Again, the standard guidelines for impact test are given in IS 2386 Part 4, 1963. The apparatus for the impact test used are aggregate impact test apparatus, IS sieves 12.5 mm, 10 mm and 2.36 mm, cylindrical measure and cylindrical cup, weighing balance and tamping rod. What is the procedure followed? We have to take a sample passing through 12.5 mm and written on 10 mm sieve. Fill the sieve aggregate in a cylindrical cup. Place the mold in the aggregate impact testing machine and give 15 number of blows with the metal hammer. After that, remove the crushed aggregate and sieve it through 2.36 mm sieve. The aggregate impacted value is measured as percentage of aggregate passing through 2.36 mm sieve and noted as W2 to the total weight of a sample, which is W1. Okay, so simply you have to fill the aggregate in the cylindrical mold or cup in 3 layers by giving tamping. Okay, by giving 25 number of tampings, you have to fill the cylindrical mold and keep that in the aggregate impact apparatus, and in that you have to give around 15 number of blows. Take out that crushed aggregate sample and sieve it through 2.36 mm sieve. Whatever will be the weight of that sample, measure it as W2 and take the ratio. Whatever will be the ratio, that will be your impact test value. Now next important test is soundness test. Soundness test on aggregate is conducted to understand the resistance of aggregates to weathering action. Aggregates are subjected to physical and chemical action of rainwater, groundwater and other impurities of the atmosphere. This can lead to a change in the volume, which is not good and substandard for the durability of construction. The property of aggregates to withstand the adverse action of a weather is known as soundness of aggregate. Importance of soundness test. Soundness test on aggregate indicates the durability of the aggregates. Soundness test on aggregate indicates the durability of aggregate. It shows the ability of aggregates to resist the adverse effect of weather. The soundness test is carried out to learn the resistance of aggregates to weathering action like thawing, freezing, alternate wetting and drying in normal condition, and variation in temperature in salt water. When aggregates fail to resist such condition, then it is said to be unsound. The recommended results of the soundness test is it should not be more than 12%. It should not more than 12% and 18% after 10 cycles when tested with sodium sulfate and magnesium sulfate. So the guidelines for this soundness test are also laid in IS 2386 Part 5 1963 and BS 812 121 1989. Apparatus used for soundness test are sodium sulfate or magnesium sulfate solution, O1, weighing balance, IS sieve, and now your weighing balance is double, you cut it. Take a sample of well graded aggregate and weigh it. Immerse the aggregate sample in the sodium sulfate or magnesium sulfate for 16 to 18 hours. After immersion, place the aggregate in the oven for drying. Repeat this cycle several times according to the requirement and then measure the loss in weight. This will give you simply the soundness, whether it is sound enough to withstand the loading action. Now fifth test conducted on the aggregate is shape test. Aggregates are available in various shapes and size, that is rounded, cubical and angular, flaky or elongated. It is proved that the flaky and elongated particles have less strength, less bonding, less interlocking and durability as compared to cubical, angular or rounded particles of the same size aggregate. It can be said that aggregates are flaky when aggregates are too thin compared to their average size. Elongated aggregates means aggregates that are too long compared to their average size. Flakiness index test and elongation index test are performed to find the flaky and elongation aggregates. Now, what is the importance of conducting this shape test? Flakiness index test and elongation index test are used to determine the shape of the aggregate. It is defined in percentage by weight of aggregate particles to the mean dimension of thickness and length. The recommended results of shape test are it should be in the range of 15 to 30% according to the area of use. The standard guidelines for this shape test are given in IS 2386 Part 1 1963 and BS 812105 1 of 1989. The apparatus used for shape test are thickness gauge, thickness gauge, the second one, length gauge, the first one, weighing balance, and IS sieves. Take the aggregate sample of around 200 pieces of any fraction and weigh it. What you have to do, firstly, take 200 pieces of aggregate and you have to weigh it. Gauge each aggregate on length as well as thickness gauge. All the 200 pieces you have to weigh it through this length gauge as well as thickness gauge. Take the weight of aggregates which are retained from length. In case of length, what you have to do, whatever are retained, you have to take its weight, and in case of elongation, whatever aggregates will be passing, that weight you have to take. Calculate the percentage of aggregates passing and the initial weight, that is called elongation index. Why? Because for elongation, whatever will be the passing divided by initial weight will give you elongation index, and calculate the percentage of retained aggregate and its initial weight in case of flakiness index. For flakiness, whatever will be retained weight divided by initial weight, you will get the flakiness index. Now, sixth test is water absorption and specific gravity, or specific gravity and water absorption test on aggregate. Specific gravity of aggregate is defined as the ratio of weight of aggregate to the weight of equal volume of water. It shows the strength of aggregate. Aggregates having a low specific gravity are generally weaker than those with having high specific gravity. Water absorption of aggregate gives an idea about the internal structure of the aggregate. If aggregates have more absorption capacity, they are called porous in nature. Such aggregates are unsuitable and generally not preferred in any of the construction process. The importance of the specific gravity and water absorption test measures the strength or quality of the aggregate. This property helps in general identification of the aggregate. The recommended results for the test is generally used in construction range for about 2.5 to 3 and water absorption range from 0.1 to 2%. If the values are in between this range, then we can use that aggregate and it satisfies the requirement of specific gravity and water absorption. The standard guidelines for this test are again given in IS 2386 Part 3 of 1963 and BS 8122 of 1995. So these are some of the properties of the aggregate, types of test conducted, and this is the test method, means where these tests are given. Though these are the various this chart is very important and very useful. So if you want to find out the property of the aggregate as toughness, so ultimately you have to do the type of test as aggregate impact test, and this method is given in IS 2386 Part 4 1963. Likewise, if you want to do crushing strength, then you have to do the test as crushing test given in 2386 Part 4 1963. For hardness test, you have to do the type of test as Los Angeles abrasion test given in 2386 Part 5 1963. For durability, soundness test is to be done, suggested in 2386 Part 5 1963. For shape factors, you have to do the test as shape test given in 2386 part 1 of 1963. For specific gravity and water absorption test or porosity, we can say specific gravity test and water absorption test is to be done, suggested in 2386 part 3 of 1963. And for adhesion to bitumen, stripping value of aggregate given in 6241 of 1971 is to be done. Now this last one, it is remain, we will see it in next lecture. So we'll stop here. Thank you.